Hey guys, so I just got back from seeing Big Hero 6. Um, I know this is a day late in doing this review. I uh, have a new job right now. I got it about a month ago, and I'm about starting to work there. And right now I have two jobs, and that makes my life a little bit busy. So from this point forward, reviews will be coming sporadically, like they did back in March and May of this year. It'll be like that again. I won't be able to always do pre-screenings like I was not able to do this week. Honestly, I could have done a pre-screening for Big Hero 6. I was too tired. Like by the time I got done with my stuff with work, I didn't feel like going to do anything. Um, and I wanted to give each of these movies my attention because I wanted to see this and Interstellar, and with the fact that Interstellar is 3 hours long, I would have gone and seen Interstellar along with this today, but I had to work at 4 a.m. and I didn't want to go to the theaters for 5 hours after working very early in the morning and being very tired. I guarantee that I would be probably falling asleep during Interstellar, especially since the movie's 3 hours long. I will be doing a review for that, by the way, by tomorrow or in the next couple of days. Um, but yeah, I I won't be able to do reviews from this point forward always on Fridays, and I won't be able to do pre-screenings all the time. But I will be doing them when I can, and whenever I have free time, I'll be doing reviews for movies because there's a lot of good movies coming up pretty soon that I want to see. So I will be still doing these reviews. Gotta make the money to buy the tickets to go see these movies. So that's the way to look at it. I always look at it. If I'm not making money, I won't be able to see these movies. So, anyways, this movie, I didn't know much about it going in. Other than that, I thought the trailers looked cute. I did. I liked the trailers. I thought the robot trailers were really funny and always made me laugh. I love the teaser trailer where he's trying to fit him into the armor and the armor's popping off because he's too fat. And also like him just trying to kick around a soccer ball. I thought that was cute. The trailers always made me laugh, but like with the trailers, they didn't really tell me much about the movie. So I was like, I don't know what the fuck this movie's about, but I know the robot's pretty funny. So I was like, I kind of went in with not I didn't really read much about the plot either, and I knew it was the only thing I really knew about it was that it was a Disney animated film that was based off some Marvel property, and that's about it. I didn't know anything about the comic book, never heard of it. So I like I said, I'm going in with fresh eyes, never heard of this at all. And you know what? This movie was all right. I thought it was pretty good. I didn't love it as I think some people do. There's things about it I do love that did make the movie for me. There are some that kind of the stuff that wasn't as good for me. Didn't like hurt the movie at all because I do recommend this movie. It is a pretty fun movie to sit through, and I recommend like if all those kids movies out there, this is probably one of the better ones. Even though I haven't really seen many kids movies lately, this is one of the better ones. I definitely recommend taking your kids to go see this. Although this movie does have some very dark elements, which I'll talk about about it. But anyways, the best thing about this movie, hands down for me, the thing that kept me liking this movie was the robot Baymax. Oh my god, this thing is that thing is hysterical. They brought a great person. They put a great personality on that thing. He's he's kind of like Wall-E in like a lot of great robots in films where they're just dead set on one mission, and that is this robot is just it's built to basically take care of your healthcare needs. If anybody's sick or hurt, they basically try to help the person back to health. That's all it ever. That's like its sole mission. But the kid in the movie basically kind of builds stuff for him to make him more of like a machine, like a ass kicking machine. And even though it's kind of against his objectives that were built into him, he kind of, he starts kind of going along with this kid because only reason it is told why he kind of goes along with it, because he's trying to make this kid feel better from his depression, which I'll talk about in a second. And the robot's really funny, and I've never seen the guy who, like, when I heard the voice, the guy playing the voice for this movie, I thought it was somebody, I couldn't put my finger on it. It was like, I know that voice from somewhere, but then I found out who it was. His name is Scott Adsit. I never heard of him. I guess he was on 30 Rock. I heard he was on a show on Adult Swim. That's about it. I've never seen him before, but he's really funny. He brought a really good personality to this robot. At first, I thought when I saw I remember when the teaser popped up, he didn't have a voice to the robot. I don't know if they added a voice to it, or if the character was supposed to be silent. Although it's really hard to believe that they would kept this character silent, because the voice is, it'd be very hard to do like imagine this character without a voice attached to it. But yeah, he was really good. I thought he was the best part of this fucking movie, in my opinion. I thought the kid was fine also. He did a good job. Another guy, Ryan Potter, never heard of him either. I'm trying to look up here on Wikipedia what the hell he has done, if I've seen anything of his. He's been on Nickelodeon. There you go. I don't know. Yeah, I never watched any of his shit then. Yeah, I do like, one thing I like about this movie is, like, they don't really have big name actors, other than, like, they do have T.J. Miller, who's one of the sidekicks in this movie, and I always like T.J. Miller. He's always very, very funny. He is funny in this. He has some very funny lines, especially about his, like, he's talking about his disgusting habits with his underwear, which do come into play in the end to some a funny cameo. Which I guess I'll spoil it. Stan Lee pops up at the end of this movie as his dad, which is awesome. T.J. Miller's character's dad is Stan Lee. It's literally an animated version of Stan Lee, and it's voiced by Stan Lee. And it's awesome. It's a nice little cameo. I like that. I really did. The animation in this movie is beautiful as hell. It is really beautiful. There's some really stunning work in this movie. I did see it in 3D, and the 3D, like any animated movie, the 3D was awesome, of course. Like, every 3D, the best 3D movies have been animated movies, so, I mean, of course, the 3D was amazing. This movie is, I'll give it points also. Like, I like when kids' movies kind of go into little dark territories. Like I said, I didn't know much about this plot, going in. And so, early on in the movie, you get introduced to this kid who is in, like, bot fighting. It's like, first off, also, I forgot to mention this. This movie takes place in San Francisco, a version of San Francisco that looks like Tokyo, Japan. What? Why? I have no idea. Maybe it's explained in the comics, but okay. Like, it's a futuristic world, too, which it is a little weird. But okay. I'll go along with that. Fuck it. Like, literally, like architecture that you'd see in, like, San Francisco is made to look like it's from Japan. It is really weird. Like the Golden Gate Bridge and stuff. Like, it is really weird. But you introduce this kid who's graduated high school when he was 13, and he hasn't gone to college. He has an older brother who's going to college, and he's very good at building robots, and his brother convinces him to go to this college or try to go to this college that he's at, where they build robots and other cool things. It's basically they call it nerd college or nerd school, and he basically shows off one of his inventions at this college, and then after the showcase of his invention, the school burns down, and literally 2 seconds after, pretty much 2 minutes after that, him showcasing his invention, and his brother gets killed in the fire, and you're like, well, fuck, that was dark. I was like, I did not see that coming. This kid also has the same problem that most fucking kids in Disney movies have, and that their parents are dead. Of course, it's a Disney movie. Why wouldn't the parents be dead in a Disney movie? I don't know. I can't remember the last time a parent has been alive in a fucking Disney movie. Yeah, like that. Yeah, that was pretty dark. It was like I didn't expect that to see that coming, because like I said, I didn't know much about the plot. And then also when it's revealed who, because there's basically the movie revolves. I'm not gonna try to get into too much detail, but the movie revolves around like them trying to stop a guy in a kabuki mask, and when it's revealed who is behind the kabuki mask, because this guy basically steals the kid's invention and is trying to take over, or he has some evil intentions with. Basically, this kid invents like micro robots. And this guy's basically trying to take over almost. It's not the world, but he has an evil plan that the kids are trying to stop. And when it's revealed who is behind a kabuki mask, the kid kind of goes psycho, which was kind of weird. He basically tries to make the robot Baymax try to kill the guy, pretty much. It's really fucking crazy. Like, wow, that went dark. Like I said, there's some dark shit in this movie, which, bravo to the movie. I mean, like I said, I don't know what else if there are things that didn't work for me, some of the voice acting didn't work. There was a lot of times where there were a lot of characters that were just yelling at you. Like, I'm like, quit yelling at me. Like, Maya Rudolph, I swear half her dialogue at the beginning of the movie was her yelling at me. The characters yelling her lines, which was kind of annoying. Also, who was that one chick? The friend, the one with the glasses that, like, she had, when you're first introduced to her, she has headphones in, and so she's yelling, because she's talking very loud, because she has headphones in, and then, but a lot of her dialogue for the movie is her yelling at you. Maybe I'm the only one who noticed this. Maybe I was the only one who was bothered by this. I'm sure I was. Also, this is one that actually, that didn't really bother me as much as the other problem, which is, I'm not going to reveal who the person behind behind the kabuki mask is, but when it's revealed, it kind of makes you kind of go, that makes no fucking sense. It makes no sense as to why this person's doing this. Like, his plot almost makes no fucking sense. I don't want to get into detail because it would be spoiling it. But if you want to debate me on this when we get in the comments, you can. But I'm not going to spoil it. But really, if you think about it, it doesn't make much sense. It doesn't. But whatever, it's a kid's movie. Again, I didn't really dislike this movie. I mean, it could be honestly, my problems with this movie are really nitpicking, really. There was nothing really. I mean, there was nothing really bad about it. It just, I didn't love it. I mean, I thought it was pretty good, but I just didn't love it. I don't think this is like one of Disney's best animated films or anything. I won't go that far, but I will still say like movies like Frozen are way better. Wreck-It Ralph. Well, yeah, Wreck-It Ralph was better. But this movie is good, and it's not a bad film to sit for and take your kids to. It's enjoyable sit. Parents won't be bored, which is always important. I should also talk about the. This is gonna be a long review. I should talk about the short I got in front of the movie, which is called. What the heck was it called? Dang it! Now I just forgot the name of it. Hold on, let me look it up here. Sorry guys. Feast. That's what it was called. Feast. There you go. And it basically shows the relationship of this man and a dog throughout the years by showing what this guy feeds him over the years. It's basically this guy picks him up from a street alley and feeds him like fries and stuff, and then over the years he's feeding him like spaghetti and eggs and bacon, and this dog has the life, man. And I'm sitting there like, of course, the dog is not getting fat at all, and is not. It's not. I'm pretty goddamn certain this dog would have diabetes. Yeah. I had a dog that was fed about the damn same thing, and it had ended up with diabetes. So there you go. I'm smart. Like this dog's still the same size every time you see him, which is kind of funny. And then at one point, the guy meets a woman who is a vegetarian, so he ends up feeding the dog vegetarian food, and the dog is not eating it at all, which made me start thinking really disturbing thoughts like, is this dog gonna end up starving to death? Which I half expected him like to be skin and bones by the end of this. No, of course not. This is a Disney movie, Disney short. It was cute. I was thinking those little disturbing thoughts like while I was watching it, but it's cute. It was really funny. I liked the dog. I really thought the dog was really cute. It has a really nice little end to it. It always ends with like a short like this is always going to end with a happy ending, and it does in here. I thought it was really well done, and it was also one of those that utilized not much dialogue too, which was nice. There was dialogue, but a little bit here and there, which was it was pretty cool. As far as trailers, every fucking trailer I got was a new one, so I'm gonna have to go for these as quick as I can. There's one, of course, I want to talk about, which I'm sure many people know what I'm going to talk about. First one I got was Inside Out, which is the new Pixar movie coming up next year. I just actually really caught the end of it because I had to go tell the owner of the theater that the 3D projection was all fucked up, so they had to go fix it. But I caught the end of it, and they were showing, like, it's basically, I like this idea. It's like going inside the brain of, like, a little girl and, like, showing the emotions that she has. Like, there's characters, there's actors playing fear. I think it's Reese Witherspoon, or like fear, anger, sadness, and happiness. Like, and they're like all like little animated characters in this girl's brain. I thought that could be funny. It looked kind of cute. Like, it was a nice short little teaser. It really didn't show much, but it kind of I like the idea behind it. I've heard about it, and I was like, that sounds kind of funny. That sounds like it could be kind of cool. Like, they could go really cool ideas with it. Tomorrowland, what the fuck is that? Apparently, I don't really know what the hell it is. It's a girl who's getting out of jail, and a teenage girl is getting out of jail, and she gets a mysterious pen, and whenever she touches it, she gets transported to, like, a magical land where George Clooney is there. Okay, that's all I know. And George Clooney looks really old. Really, really old. Like, fuck. I didn't think he hasn't been looking that, unless they did some really serious makeup on him. I have no idea why the fuck he looks so old in that movie. Penguins of Madagascar. Got a new trailer for that. I thought that, actually, I like this trailer better than the teaser I got with How to Train Your Dragon 2. I never really watched. I've only seen the first Madagascar. I remember the penguins being alright. And this this trailer actually made me chuckle, especially the beginning where they're basically baby penguins, showing them as baby penguins, and they're going along with their parents, and Egg decides to roll down a hill. You're like, oh no, there's the egg rolling down the hill. They're like, oh, that's just part of nature. Like, well, I say screw nature. That made me kind of chuckle. That was pretty funny. I I don't know. I mean, it's one of those. It could be funny. I don't know. Annie, the new trailer for Annie. Basically, I'm not a fan of musicals at all, and never was really a fan of Annie. Again, it's a black version of Annie, starring Jamie Foxx, Cameron Diaz, and a weird casting, and one of the weirdest casting of the year. And the girl from Beast of the Southern Wild is playing Annie. There you go. That's all you need to know. Whatever. It doesn't look that bad. I mean, Jamie Foxx looked like he could be fun, and also Cameron Diaz actually looks like she could, even though it's really weird miscasting, I actually think she actually might be fun in that. Okay, somebody explain to me this. Who the fuck is Hillsong? I don't know. Apparently they're a Christian rock band. They're so popular that they're getting a documentary made about them called Hillsong Let Hope Rise. I have no idea who the fuck they are. They're like One Direction. I have no idea. Like when the One Direction documentary came out last year, I'm like, who the fuck is One Direction? People instantly told me. I'm like, well, okay. But then I realized after like I ended up watching that goddamn documentary. I have heard some of their songs. I swear I've never heard a damn fucking song from Hillsong. Well, they're a Christian rock group, so that should explain it to you. They also supposedly sold millions of albums. What? Okay. No. I'm like, this, God. Also, the Tomorrowland. Somebody explain to me, is Tomorrowland based off a best-selling or a young adult novel? I swear I was half expecting them to say at the middle of it, based off the international bestseller, but it never did. Then I also got Spare Parts, which is basically not Carlos Mencia. That'd actually be fucking hysterical. Who is it? Not Carlos Mencia. Actually, George Lopez. George Lopez, who, that sounds so racist. I apologize. George Lopez, who, it's basically Dangerous Minds. That's what I seriously thought about the first, when I first bought. And, he is a teacher that goes to the worst school in the city and teaches kids, these thug kids, and finds out that few of them actually like to build robots and want to go into a robot building competition. Yay. Woohoo. Yeah, no. Paddington, which, again, I never got into Paddington. I know it's big over in London or England, and it's not as big over here. I'm sure it's going to make money over there, but I don't think it's going to make much money over there. The animation's a little questionable here and there. The CGI Paddington Bear, I don't know. It doesn't look terrible. I mean, I don't know. I really have no opinion on that. But the one I do want to talk about is I got the trailer finally for Minions. Yeah, I love the fucking Minions from Despicable Me, and of course I'm fucking all down for them making a movie about the Minions. Basically an origin story. If you don't notice, I've heard about this plot a while back, and I love the plot for this movie. Basically, the Minions, what this movie, even the teaser tells you, that the Minions have been around since the beginning of time, and they've only been on this earth to serve one purpose, and that is to serve a evil master and try to. But the problem is they can't keep the master, and they can't keep him alive. Like they show him, they are the minions for people, or for T-Rex. They're minions for Dracula. They're minions for Napoleon, and every time they end up inadvertently killing each one of them. My favorite goes to Dracula, the one in Dracula where they wake Dracula up off Dracula out of his coffin, and they trying to throw him a surprise birthday party, and they give him a birthday cake, and they open up the blinds and end up frying Dracula alive. Which that was funny. That part was fucking funny. And there's a lot of banana jokes in this, which always make me laugh. The minions, banana, like how excited they get with bananas. I recommend just watching that teaser. It's really funny. It's really adorable. I'd laugh my ass off the whole time I was watching it. I also love that part where they said, like, they showed they eventually land in America, and it says 1968 BG before Gru. That made me laugh for some reason. I don't... Anyways, yeah. That was the trailers I got. I gotta get off here. I've been talking forever now on trailers. I'm gonna get off here. I'll be back tomorrow or next few days with a review for Interstellar. I'm looking forward to that. Until then, I'll talk to you guys later.